The following podcast is brought to you by Inebriated Records.
You know it's a tough job, but somebody's gotta do it. You talk about beating people up. Well, it's a Powder Out podcast, and I hope it's okay, because there's nothing you can do about it, brother.
That's right. Powder. The fame, money, now our own podcast.
It's P-O-P. We are powdered up, we are out of our minds, and we are taking over wrestling podcasts. We're going to fight, scratch, claw, and maybe even bite you for every view you got.
It's the new way. Is that okay, billionaire boss Brandon?
I think the whole world wants to know one thing about pop. When is it? What time?
You guys know something? I almost forgot something really important. Powder Out Podcast is live right now. I forgot. It slipped my mind.
Hello, welcome everybody to the Powder Out Podcast. Good old weekly wrestling podcast here, brought to you by Inebriated Records. And we got some wonderful hosts for you on here. We have was gonna say somebody, but he likes to suck. I can't ever think I know to say your last name well, but we have JP. I'm gonna give you that.
Penrod. Penrod. So Penrod.
Just Penrod. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody who knows the bus knows I drive this special. But then we also have down there, we have Michael Bolton.
Hi.
You
My
look
tooth
a-
really hurts.
Yeah, I'm like, you look a little miserable down there.
Yeah, I feel disgusting. I feel as disgusting as Lita did after the live sex taping.
I'm
Okay.
pissed off because the damn Vikings lost today. Off of a fucking kick. Sorry for my French there. 37-yard kick. 37-yard kick. It went left all the way. Like you're in a one of those ESPN 2K games where you completely missed the field goal. The guy completely missed it. 37 yards for like 2 seconds left. They lost 34-33. I am pissed because he made a 52-yarder earlier that game.
Is that the game when they run around and kick a white ball?
No,
No, not that.
American football.
Yeah. The shit real men play. Not you Maple Leafs over there and your hockey crap. I give it though, hockey is pretty manly. It's kind of a pop sport there, that's for sure. Only one you can like beat the hell out of people.
Pretty much.
So what we want to talk about today is, I thought, with Extreme Rules coming up next week, just what is our favorite Extreme Rules? Because like Michael is always, he says screw WWE's Extreme isn't even close to Extreme.
Nope.
No.
Not one bit.
He wants to be out in the meat lockers over here, I feel like, with hooks. And I literally see, like, you could have a Saw style event like for Halloween, and that would make Michael happy.
Damn straight, McKinney Manor.
So tell me that in a normal WWE style, or what could be filmed on TV, what's your favorite type of Extreme?
Well, I would have to say the Lights Out match in AEW versus Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. That would have to be my fifth one on my list. I'm going to start from 5 to top 1.
So what's lights out? Just like they have to be knocked out, like same thing as last man standing kind of thing. Count to
Nope.
10.
TV death match.
It was a lights out. I think it was like unsanctioned match.
By law in North America, they can't call a death match on national television. They
No.
either have to call it unsanctioned or lights out.
What is it?
Well, they
What's
did
it-
on one, but that was
Yeah.
the Texas tornado death match or something.
Yeah, and they got in trouble for it.
So, but well, okay. So what does this mean? Death match then? TV death match.
It was just like take softcore porn and put light tubes in it. One light tube spot. It was just like an Extreme Rules match, but a little more, like a little more of a.
Just
Like
yeah.
the weapons were one step up. Like it was one step up than an Extreme Rules.
Okay. I mean, it's still there, but then what's your like number 5? What's one of your? It's up there, but
Number
and now we're on
Number-
JP. You already
number
got 5.
5. Man, there's so many good ones. Maybe that SmackDown version one. What was it? Dean Ambrose? Who was it? Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins? Or Cesaro? They had like an Extreme Rules kind of match at Halloween one time. And I thought it was pretty entertaining. I mean, they used the candlestick. They used stop signs. They used kind of different stuff. And it was kind of like a hardcore match, they call it.
You're talking about it was almost like a trick or treat like thing. and-
Yeah, it was a trick or treat, extreme hardcore, and I'm trying to remember. It was Dean Ambrose against somebody, and it was on SmackDown on WWE. And it was very entertaining for me. Like, I'll have to look it up. I don't remember who it.
do like some of those, and like some of the themed ones they have on SmackDown are pretty cool actually. I know they've had like that Thanksgiving food fight
Yeah,
people thought was just stupid. They've had a lot of like I've seen stupid ones. The pancake one with the New Day. I don't know. They've done some stupids. My favorite, I still love the Punjabi prison. That's
Yeah,
probably
that was dope.
the thing. Just on how like dope it looks. I mean that Punjabi prison, like the
Yeah.
work. We talked about how hard it is to put up a rig. Talk about that son of a bitch.
right. That would be hard to put up.
Okay, let's step up there, Mike. What's one more favorite?
Scotty O'Shea versus Josh Alexander at Alpha One Final Act 2, April 20th, 2013. That was one of the best matches I've ever seen a day in my life.
What was the type of match again?
It was an unsanctioned rules match, but it started raining and it started raining and then snowing because in Canada it starts hailing, right? It goes rain, hail, then snow sometimes. And so they had to bring everyone inside to the bar fight. And it was an unsanctioned rules match, and then weather happened, and then it turned into a brawl in the bar.
That's kind of cool. That actually made me think of, before I forget, I'll get back to either JP, the one where I don't know how they got outside and somebody got thrown into like the river back in like the 90s Raw.
Oh, when like Stone Cold threw the title into the river.
No, some like an actual person I know got thrown into a river, like they were just going out It was like a street fight thing. I thought maybe it was Guerrero, but I can't. But I also think it might be a little more. But yeah, but somebody threw somebody in the water. I love when they like go out of the arena. Like you see them like dancing all the way to like the rivers or out in the. I mean, who doesn't ever have the grocery store up there sometimes as a great match? So, where do you go next then, JP?
I might get a little slack for this. Probably the TLC between Edge and Cena. That was a good one.
Oh, I kind of do remember that. Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Sandman versus Tommy Dreamer,
That's a good one.
ECW. That was breaking the walls down of professional wrestling. If that match never happened, so much in the industry wouldn't have happened in ECW. That match made history.
Yeah, that match was good.
So you all are coming out with like actual like people and names, and I'm like,
Well,
I'm glad.
so this was back in like the 90s, the ECW. The end of the match was if Tommy Dreamer lost, he would get hit by Kindle, or I think it was either one. The Singapore Cane, whoever lost would get hit by a Singapore Cane, and he took like several shots to the back.
Yeah, and what was amazing by that, I don't know if you noticed it, JP, but when he was dangled up like Jesus. That was symbolized for ECW, that he was going to be, at that time, he was supposed to be ECW's top guy. He was supposed to be the god of hardcore. And it was like Sandman beating up the god, Sandman taking over ECW because Tommy Dreamer was just getting out of it. He was getting old. He couldn't take the bumps. He couldn't take the light tubes.
I loved Dreamer. He was just entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
But then he's what got me then into the Dudley Boys, because I love that they've had tons of good like the table in their matches. Like, were they part of that really good like TLC at WrestleMania?
Yep.
They were
Hardy
part
Boys, Dudleys, and Edge and Christian.
That match, though,
what did you
wasn't
not
a fan of. It's just that for that day and era, it could have been a lot better. It was just subpar.
It was fine.
Okay, so let's keep the list to roll at JP. Where's your next one there? You're like at number 3.
I don't know, so many good ones. Maybe that one right there, that TLC, maybe the WrestleMania one was. I would always say it's either top 3 or top 2, but that was one of my favorite ones. Seeing like Hardy hold on to the title and then Edge spear him right off the ladder. That was.
That's still just like an iconic scene, I feel like, just to see that jump. And then they've tried to recreate that spot. I've seen a couple of times at like Money in
Couple
the Bank.
times, but
And you see them just fail, like they don't work. It's like, you pulled off a good match when I feel like you've had copycats. and the copycats don't work. Oh, I was mine was gonna be it was Shane McMahon versus the Undertaker. For
Yeah,
some
that
reason,
was a good one.
really like they had I know they had a street fight, but then they had a Hell in a Cell, and that one was pretty good actually. I thought him coming back, it wasn't gonna work well, but he killed
Yeah.
him.
Or Shane versus Kurt Angle. That's a
Yeah.
crazy one too. At King of the Ring.
Yeah, that was a good one.
For
Because
Shane
whoever
not really being a wrestler, he puts on some entertaining matches.
Well, and I've watched those Untold Stories on WWE Network, and that one glass wasn't supposed to be double thick or something. So when he threw him the first time, he wasn't supposed to, and he threw him again, and then it broke.
I
That
would
was
have I would have to say Cactus Jack versus Soji Nakamari at IWE King of Death Matches.
Throwing out some random dig in the back kombucha shit. I'm just saying that's those
Nope. No,
hips.
no,
no,
no. You said
that's
TV
legit.
time. You said TV time. It's legit. It was on Japanese television that was on a million homes back then. It
Yeah,
was legit.
it's
At
legit.
that time, but it's still that's that hipster bullshit. You get it at the bar. The guy's like, "Can I have that aged double barrel?" Okay, maybe we'll push next to something real flavor.
Hmm. Might get a little flack for this one, but my second probably has to be. You might give you some flack for this there. I don't know. Extreme rules match or extreme one night
It's just
stand match. RVD versus John Cena when RVD won the title. Everybody there, they would have rioted if Cena would have won. It was just one of those matches where you knew he had to lose. It's. I know it was the WWE version of ECW, but it was for what it was good.
oh yeah.
If you're gonna criticize me, crucify me, go ahead, Mike, because I know you probably want to say something.
Oh no, that was a very good match.
Oh, very good. I love RVD. One of the best there's. That's for sure out of it. So I'll go my number 2 before we jump down to everybody's ones, and then we're gonna go into I want y'all to think of what would you design a dream match, and it doesn't have to be any type of Extreme Rules match that's already available. What's something new you would do? My second was there was a SummerSlam. I think it was a Hell in a Cell. I can't remember, but it was Undertaker versus Lesnar. It was
Good one.
2015, 16. They fought it out, those old guys, and I still loved it when he's getting choked out or doing the arm bar, and then Lesnar just starts to flip him off as he passes out. But
No, that was good.
yeah, so Mike, what's your number 1? Your best of there.
Ooh, see, this is a tough one because this is probably one of my favorite ones, but there's just so many more that I can choose. Matt Tremont versus Masada, CZW, no rope barbed wire.
Oof. It just makes me cringe even thinking about that. Like I've seen those where the guys get run and they go right into the rope and you just see him go like right. Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
That don't sound. I mean, like, look. Yeah, I mean, it's like artists. You love your craft, but I don't know. My first thought, if you're into matches like that, do you think you're into BDSM then?
I don't know.
It has to go together.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no,
You're
it does.
into that like Sadie Kiss shit where you're pouring like candle wax on them and like the worst of the worst. Like those guys, what do they work for a hot dog maybe? And they like tear the place down and hurt blood all over and scars everywhere just for like nothing.
See,
in those death matches.
How I got introduced to it is that it's the love of the art. Like, you have to really love it to watch it, and you really have to really, really love it to do it.
It's a subgenre of a subgenre of wrestling. It's one of those just niche markets.
It's an art.
Well, to each their own. Hipsters. Hipster wrestling, what I'm gonna see it as now. My favorite that always like caught me every time you think of a bloody match was the Cena versus JPL. The I Quit for the title out there. I think it was like WrestleMania 20. It's usually up there as one of the top matches. I don't know. Cena beat the hell out of him. Like, that's the first time I ever saw like just blood was on there, and I felt like so real because I think I was like 12 when that one happened. So that was there.
For me, like a hardcore match, I'm trying to think of who the third person was. I don't remember. So it was like, it's one of my pay-per-views I really like watching from back in the day. ECW Barely Legal. It's Raven versus Terry Funk versus is it Sandman for the title? There's a triple threat. Which it ended with Terry winning the title as like a thank you for helping, like the new guys. Because he was the vet that worked with like everybody back then in ECW. It's one of my favorites to watch, but a hardcore, I don't know. There's so many of them.
There really is there, because those I feel like are easier to become more memorable.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I remember Mick Foley jumping off of or getting thrown through the
probably
cell.
The first Hell in a Cell with Undertaker and HBK. I mean, he was a bloody mess at the end of it. And the best entrance ever for someone to come in was Kane. That was probably the best way for a new person to come in. Is just the way that Kane came in that way too.
Now, you guys might have only heard of him from Dark Side, but how about where would Nick Gage come on this list? Like, would you count his stuff? That's why I never put any of his matches into mine. Would his matches be counted on an Extreme Rules list?
Nick Gage, was he in ECW? Like, is that just Incredible or no?
No, Nick fucking Gage, MDK all fucking day.
I don't
my
know.
god. Game Changer Pro. He's on Dark Side of the Ring. He robbed a bank.
I haven't watched that one yet. Or New Jack. New Jack was pretty hardcore.
Yeah, where would New Jack stuff come on this list? Would that be allowed?
I don't know. I mean, I guess. I mean, he was in ECW. He did a lot of hardcore stuff. He did a lot of outside of there too. I mean, most of his matches were pretty hardcore.
I fucking love New Jack. He's one of the best. Oh my god, he's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he should have went to prison, or he should have got arrested so many times. Like
No,
so many things he did was borderline like borderline getting arrested.
no, not if you sign your life on the line for that match. If you sign to take those spots and you take those spots, that's on you to sign those papers. That's on you to go out to the ring. If you get hurt, you can't cry like a little bitch.
I mean, you are
No,
right.
but he took it to like a whole nother level as well. Like there's one thing of being, the death matches. There's one thing of being hardcore, but then there's New Jack. Like what I mean. Like New Jack took it to a whole nother level where you're like, okay, this is borderline criminal.
He's the
Criminally.
reason why death matches are even a thing. If New Jack never took it to that level, no one would have watched it. There wouldn't have been Nick Gage. There wouldn't have been so many others. Masada. There wouldn't have been Warhead. There wouldn't have been so many.
Even if it's genre people don't like, I feel like there's always the one finder of it. But then now, so forget about them. They're classic of it. You think of what your own is. I have something else to show y'all why we all come up with our final what would our ring style. But what I wanted to show is we have updated our website here for everyone.
Ooh.
Ooh. Merch.
I knew it was on like a
We got merch.
Click that merch button. Go grab anything inebriated. Especially go grab a POP shirt, mug, hat, whatever the fuck you want. Christmas is coming up. Buy some gifts for your wrestling fans, for your comedy fans. Buy anything. Literally, there's so many people on this platform.
Oh, now look what you all have.
Why am I Big Show? That's what I don't understand. Why am I the Big Show? I mean, Mike gets a badass character like AJ Styles, and I'm just standing here like grinning from ear to ear with a Big Show.
Right? Coming in all badass, and you're just do.
Dude, I'm just standing here like a moron, and then all of a sudden, no! He gets like a cool thing.
At least he gets Sharknadoed at the end, though.
Right?
But yeah, see, y'all gotta go check him out there. We have everything here, and now we have also embedded our Facebook pages on here, so you can find all in one at inebriatedandskaters.com. You have our Spotify's, the Facebook, like they said, we have merch, we have all the other shows on the labels. You have our classic inebriated instigators. So a lot fun to check out now after we've updated all and everything.
Super cool. Yeah, I still need to get some merch. Buy me some merch. I'm a broke dad.
Okay, so yeah, what's everybody's Michael, what would be yours? And remember, you might have a kid, but don't kill us.
What would be my what?
Dream like match, like you can.
Okay. No. I know. Okay, dream type match would have to be Braun Panties match. Listen, Stephanie McMahon, and they bring out Linda McMahon. Daughter versus mother, bras and panties match.
I don't want to see that. That's gross.
Okay.
Stephanie, yeah, but like Linda, no.
I wanted like Extreme Rules, and he's going like X Extreme.
Yeah.
So, well, he get a penalty box for a little bit. JP, what are you both with?
Mine, I think would be kind of interesting. So it's taken from like Impact. Do the Monster Ball match, or whatever they had hanging up, with all the hardcore stuff. Abyss versus McFoley. I feel like they would try to outdo each other hardcore wise in the match. I think one would do like, the thumbtacks and then knock one person into it. Then the other one would knock each other into it. And then hit each other with like the barbed wire baseball bat and then use the 2x4 with the barbed wire on it. Like, I think both of them in their prime would have been an awesome match.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're both like really strange people that love to do hardcore kind of matches. I think that would have been an awesome match.
I had the match I was thinking, but then it just like went away. I'm not even high off. I don't know what I did like though. I've always thought of like kind of like the buried alive things, kind of like a hell, but I almost want it to be because I think they could be with fancy of it is like it's like a cage. They have to either or it's just like a hardcore thing the whole way of it, but then they throw them through the mat and then it blows up with fire. Like the opposite of how they've had people like stick their hand through the mat. I just want it to look like you throw somebody into hell.
They could probably do that though.
I mean, they've done the on fire in a coffin in a grave, so we could do a ring of fire, and that's hell. That's my ring of fire match. That's what it'll be called.
I don't know how you would do this, but do like Bray Wyatt versus the Fiend.
Yeah, you can do that.
But in like one of those theatrical kind of matches that like AJ Styles and Undertaker had.
I fucking hated those. Don't even get.
Dude, that was amazing. That was awesome.
Come on. That was a bunch of bullshit that made me.
It was not. It was so good. I will fight you on that one. That one was good. Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. The psychology in that match was awesome.
If God, they should have brought back Benoit's titles rather than have that piece of shit match.
Oh my!
Oh, I hated it. I hated it.
Before we get on our own fighting bullshit, talks of Extreme Rules of it. I'm looking forward to fucking hipster Brock Lesnar. I think's doing something. Which I don't get this mad ponytail bullshit, old man.
It looks like he looks awesome. He looks like a Viking. I'm sorry, I'm a Brock Lesnar fan. He's from Minnesota.
No, I can see that. Like he honestly, it just for what I've grown up with, just that don't look like to
He
Brock.
sells tickets.
Oh yeah, that. Now you know his merch sells. That's why he keeps coming back. That's why he can make $1 million. I feel like an episode and all of that.
I'm going to quote Brock Lesnar for a second. After this win, I'm going to fuck my wife and drink some Budweiser. Or Bud Light. Was it Bud Light or Budweiser, he said at UFC.
I don't remember, but that sounds like Brock Lesnar.
It was Brock Lesnar versus Vitor, I believe.
No, he didn't face Vitor.
No?
But well, we'll see what Lesnar has in store for us next week and what else they throw out and how
Big E is the champion. Whoa! Thought that was awesome.
I know he finally deserved it. He's put in enough effort and enough promotion
Over 10 years, yeah.
Yeah, and the attention. It's not like he was a 10 years sitting in the locker room. He was out there and everybody knew Biggie and the New Day were. They still do. Booty house.
He doesn't really have that stardom, though. He has that indie feel.
No, he has the stardom.
New Day wrecked it. When they did the pancakes, they wrecked him.
No, I don't think so. But like I said before the ramen, we're all excited. Any last
I liked it though. Good for Biggie.
There we go. So any last words or just one happy Biggie and goodbye?
Yeah, I want to say one thing. Did you guys catch Fists of Combat last night?
I have no clue what that is now.
Mance Warner beat up some poor fan.
I think that's unprofessional.
It was fucking phenomenal. The fan was heckling him and he was hammered. Mance Warner was so drunk and you just beat on the fan.
That's
some
unprofessional.
indie promotion in San Diego on YouTube.
Well, on that note, let's go beat our own fans, I